It's literally crazy, but it's something that he needs to. I had asked him in the chat today, I said, if you had an opportunity to have perfect peace, would you take it? And I said, so you're saying that my existence stands between you and perfect peace? And he says, no. And I says, okay, well then, he said something else. No, just that you need to go and, something about you need to have a coronary already and, hurry up, something like that. And the fact of the matter is no, he wouldn't. He's been offered truces. This is something that he likes to do. He enjoys it. But he also doesn't want to come here and act any particular way. What I'm saying is take accountability for what you act any particular way. What I'm saying is take accountability for what you're going to do. Don't try to skirt away and use one case scenario 2 years ago where you were attacking me and I had said, I wonder if you talk like that around your kids. To them, that's the only thing that he can hold on to. And that's the only thing because it works.
Why would you say that, people, though? It's a horrible thing.
Why would I say what?
Like, children. I don't think you should mention children ever. It's horrible.
Well, no, what do you think, what specifically, what did I say?
He said that you mentioned his children and the fact that he's widowed and everything else like that. So obviously people are going to be like, well, yeah, like, Beamer's going to act like a good liberal, or she is. But then, like, if you're going to mention children, like, that's such a low blow. Like, people can have children all they want, but I don't think you should ever mention children in any circumstances, ever. That's beyond the pale. It's just beyond the pale. It's terrible.
I think it's a pretty credible assessment, and it wasn't a trashing of children. It was a question of whether that is something, because at the time I didn't know how old his kids were. Somebody had said something that he had 2 daughters. This is before I really knew.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Like,
of course it does. He went 20. Hold on. I knew that he was a single father. This is all I knew, that he was a single father, and he had 2 girls. And he sat one day for 20 minutes saying horrible things, demeaning women. And it was a genuine question. Is he saying this stuff around his children? And that was a question.
But the thing is,
but it wasn't about his children. It was about whether he speaks like that around his kids. That's it.
But Dima, I say everybody says demeaning things about women all the time. Demeaning things it's beyond the pale. And I think that's why people are like, yeah, that's why you can do that. Because, like, why does it matter about you? Because you're a woman. You just can't sit behind the firmness of being a woman and be like, yeah, just because you're a woman. I can't say, like, yeah, just because you have daughters, you can't say A, B, and C. That's what you're implying. And it's not true. And you have to answer respond back to people like that. Because they're horrible people.
What is the word God? It's a 3-letter word, G-O.
What do you want him to say back to you?
So if we go into that, I hope that you're not serious.
You don't realize my generation doesn't think like this, right?
And so, if you're here at 12:15 on a Tuesday,
you'll be like shocked and everything else like that. But we're sick and tired of like, we'll be like, yeah, what about your kids? And then they're like, they have no kids. Turns out they're like 10X or millennials or whatever the fuck they are. And yet they're just trolling and trolling. I think you're trolling. People like this, we're not trolling people. I'm telling you the truth. We're just not. I was trolling, I'll just leave the room. I don't want you to over with the necklace with me. I will not even be here. I won't even bother.
Okay, this was...
I can tell you the climate change, wait a minute, climate change is real. No, wait a minute, it's not real. Now, like, two boats are real enough. I say, well, those are real.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I am.
And if all you do is spend your time trying to build
why don't you think I'm being serious?
Christian center with a Cadillac,
because there's no reason or logic in anything that we're saying. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you're clearly trolling. There's, it's
I
textbook.
had to change the things that you're committed.
I'm not trolling. Oh my God, I'm not trolling. I was invited to this room. I didn't even come to this room on my own volition.
Well, I didn't.
And I just said, I'm not trolling you. I am not trolling you, and I'm not trolling you, Congress. I'm just telling you the truth, and I just want to find out, If you don't care, you don't care. But honestly, I am not trolling.
You hang out with trolls. You hang out with people who are willing to demean and criticize other people unprovoked. And then you have some sort of part of you that says, let me troll to say, oh, why would it be unreasonable for someone to think, after hearing a person talk viciously about women, targeting their weight, targeting their perceived attractiveness, targeting how they look, targeting their worth, attaching them completely irrespective of any type of discussion. He goes and talks horrible about women, about their bodies, about the sexual being of who they are. This is what misogyny is. This is specifically a form of part projection, but it's a deep fear, I believe, of actually. I'm gonna say it. I think that Brad has had a difficult time with women. I don't think that he's the most attractive guy, and I think that he has a deep fear of female judgment, because it doesn't make any sense why he will, on stages, all throughout Clubhouse, the thing that he goes to most without, when you constantly attack a woman and their being and who they are, what they look like, and you lash out constantly about his soul, it's being judged, and it's found lacking. And so he's going to go ahead and he's going to target my body, and he's going to target the way that I look and other women, to try to strip me of to demean me in a way that we're not even speaking about physical appearance, of a social power in a room where there is only voices, a dynamic. It's a dominance move, right? He wants to regain some sort of weird control. He wants to be on top. That's psychotic. That's narcissistic. It's projection. It's zero emotional immaturity or regulation. I think it's narcissistic. I think that he has a lot. I mean, think of the level of cruelty a person has to reach to go into a room unprovoked and start to demean a people, like an entire group. This is crazy. There's no empathy there. He clearly is not able to connect with the beauty of what the woman is, because he's been deeply hurt. He's been deeply injured. And it's obvious. And when you try to de-escalate with someone like him, he'll never de-escalate, because it's not what he wants. He doesn't want a peacemaker. That's why he's so frustrated when I constantly interfere. And I say, hold on, we're having a great discussion here, nice Socratic dialogue. There's no need to launch logical fallacies, specifically circumstantial ad homs. Why are you going to tell someone that they're a stupid piece of ugly shit that you hope that they have a coronary?
Hey, can you talk like this in the bedroom?
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I think you guys should have a conversation, be like, yeah, I said that about like 2 years ago, but yeah, I didn't really mean it. So you should know about the children thing. That's a horrible thing. And number three, women all the time judge men all the time. I'm sick of women being like, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna reject everything. Not every woman is a 10. If you're 225 pounds, you're just that big. That's it. It's fat. You're just wait a second. Brian, 1 second. If you're 225 pounds, you're just fat. That's it. It's not even a conversation. So don't come here and be like, yeah, just because it's like demeaning somebody and it's hurting their feelings. Many people should tell more people like that. Because like if you weigh that much, it means you eat too much. It just means you're disgusting. I don't think like people should be nice to fat people. People are not nice to smokers. People are not nice to drug addicts, to alcoholics. It should be the same with people that are overweight. If you're overweight, it's you get treated the same as an alcoholic or a drug addict. Same thing. So Brad, I think you and Brad's problem, you can have a conversation with her and you can sort it out. Maybe like 2 minutes, you can have a good problem. But I don't actually believe that.
No, that's not true. A-Tech, you're wrong. Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Because the same day that Brian, would you mind? It's just a little. Thank you.
Horrible, Brian.
The same day that happened, the same day that after he was insulting and demeaning me for 20 minutes straight, and I said I was not responding to him. I wasn't responding. He was honest. Hold on. He was saying things. He was demeaning and insulting. No, this is just something what somebody says. So he was just insulting and demeaning me for a good like 20 minutes. I wasn't speaking to him at all. I said in the chat, I wonder if he talks like this around his kids. Now, let me finish. Okay, so one phrase, whether he talks, this is how I know that you're a troll, right? One phrase.
No, I'm not trolling.
After 20 minutes, hold on. After 20 minutes of insults, not responding to anything, I was completely muted. I never said any type of, I never engaged. There wasn't a back and forth. There was no crash out. He just spoke a monologue for about 20 minutes, demeaning and insulting me and other women. Okay, it just went on. And all I said in the chat does he talk like this around his kids? Now, this is the interesting thing. He decided to take it and run with it and say that I'm trashing his kids, that I mentioned his kids, right? And it's evolved over the years to be useful when he needs it to be useful to justify his transgressions, like here. But that very day, I even took it upon myself to apologize for saying that very thing, that very phrase that was in the chat, that I wonder if you talk like this around your kids. I apologized directly to him. I said, listen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. I think that what you do is terrible, but I shouldn't have mentioned your kids. It doesn't matter. This is who Brad is. This is what is it's a part of him. Do you know how many times
he wants to be enemies forever?
Of course, that's what he wants. Go ask him right now. Here, look. A-Check, I want you to go. That if he doesn't like the way a conversation's going and he's starting to lose a debate, which is what usually happens, he can call me a fat, whatever he wants to call me, okay? I'll even say that. But go to him now. I'll extend this to anybody. And go say, Bima is willing to drop. I get unprovoked text, but I'm willing to create a peace and a new start. See what he says. Go ahead. Have fun with that. Because many people have done it before. It's not something that he wants. This is part of his personality. This is what he gets. This is the reward that he gets. He likes to come here, and he